On. They can't hear me yet, Bob. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever the time is. Welcome back to the Third Age Competitive League. I am your host, as always, James, aka the creator of Third Age, aka the Dark 2, aka Grassburner, aka best commentator this side of the equator, and I'm not going to debate that with Bob, who is my guest for tonight. Say hello to the people, Bob.
Hello, good people. And yes, that's going to be a vicious debate that's going to go all night.
Is it? We're going to debate the commentary chops of each other. Well, we have a 4-player game to try and actually commentate while doing so in order to compete for that title. And the game is between Zek, Santa Happy, and Jessica. Quick off the bat, Bob, who do you think we won't see get picked?
Rant will be Rant, Zek will be Egwene, Santa will be Naive, Perrin will be Jessica, so Matt won't get picked. Unless Ant decides to, throw a major wrench in the whole works. But I see Matt not being picked.
Matt. Still the highest win rate of any of the characters. I was looking at the win rate sheet the other day, and I have to say, I think between the lowest and the highest, they were all within like 7% of each other, and that was crazy to me. Over the course of a full year, all the characters to have it was like 28 to 34 or something like that.
In purely league games?
In entire games over the course of the year, casual and league.
Okay. I'd want to narrow that down to league games, because I think...
Icicle did post that spreadsheet as well, so you can check those numbers out. And he actually put the full games and the league games in one sheet, so you could compare them. Shout out Icicle for that. But,
hold on, we have some issues reportedly with the players. Oh, you've done it already.
Yeah. They can actually see chat over on the stream now, Bob, so...
I wonder, are Jessica's issues White Claw related?
I can't tell. We were playing a game earlier, and she was either hyper, tired, or White Claw. So, it's hard to tell.
I would like to, while we're waiting I would like to start off with Jeff's question for you. If that's okay with you, while we're waiting.
With what, sorry?
Jessica has a question for you.
Okay, so do you want to explain to the people that have no idea what you're talking about, what you're doing here?
I decided to poll our league players to see if anyone has any questions for the Dark 2, the creator, given that we're 1 year in. I felt like I wanted to conduct an interview of, if you've ever watched The Truman Show, the interview of the man in the moon, that kind of thing. The creator, see if what would people like to know from you?
Yeah.
A year
I'm
in.
always down for that.
There's a variety. There are some trolling questions, there are some more game-related questions, and some are more questions for the future. Okay. So Jessica's question.
And it's not about my opinion of Robin.
No, that was just pulling your leg. Jessica's question is a 2-part question. I'd like you to take each part separately.
Okay.
The first part is, what do you hope to see in Season 2 of the League?
I want to see a new great captain. I want to see a returning great captain. And I want to see some storylines develop. I don't have any more specific desires from it than that.
Jessica's second part was to say, why is it that you see her winning?
Well, she had a very good first year. And mainly, I think she has a solid shot of winning. The main issue right now is if she can actually manage to roll a dice and pick a character.
The
So
second part was more in jest. It was
yeah,
much,
I know, dude.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't need to tell me that. I was playing into it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Jessica would have been, I think, would have wanted to make sure that that was known for everybody. I don't think she'd like the question taken, or well, maybe I read it wrong to be so serious.
Yes.
My bad.
Very deadpan delivery there, Bob. But that was fun. That was fun.
I've only got one speed, unfortunately. I need to vary my speed.
Feel sorry for your wife.
Oh, I walked into that.
Like
I'll save the next question till after people have.
Spread them out. If there's, I'm guessing there's not that many, right? So just spread them out over the course of the night. There's a lull.
There's about 5. Yeah, we got about 5.
Okay, plenty of time then. Plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Did Anth just first pick Perry?
Perry? Oh wow. He is
So no Ran today.
interesting.
Ooh, Santa doesn't like either of those, does he?
Oh yeah, Jessica took Nynaeve ahead of him. That was his big worry.
Yeah. So no Matt today. You were right on that one. 1R1 for Bob.
That is interesting. Kudos to Ant for, going out there trying something new.
Well, I think a lot of people are feeling that way this year, and it's definitely a talking point. I mean, you were saying in the Discord server earlier if you wondered that be the case. I know a couple people have messaged me and said that they're planning to try some new stuff, or I've seen those conversations happening in the server as well.
I was hoping so, because I didn't want, the league to be a repeat of last year's league. I'd like to see, bit of variety.
I mean, and we're definitely going to see some variety because there's a hell of a lot more players this year. Shout out to the 18 league players that are actually signed up this year. That's double what we had in January last year. Technically, January this year is actually only 17 players, but I'm planning to play in Q1, so come March time it will be 18, which is double what we started with. Phenomenal to see so many new players.
You want to do a quick hands check there?
Oh, I will. Sorry, I was just doing a poll as well as I was blabbering. Hang on.
Ooh, everyone saw that card in Jessica's hand. I don't know what happened there. Or did she?
I didn't see anything, so... Okay, a Murdral on turn 1 for Santa Happy. He's got all treaties flanking and new recruits in hand now, so not a bad hand. Nothing spicy for a go-in aside from awards. Enter the Ways and a Portal Stone for Nynaeve, as well as an Eavesdrop. And Perrin is sitting on a Mount Up a Welcome Party and a Promise Power.
I did see the End of the Ways. That kind of accidentally came out from Jessica.
Well, probably going to play on turn 1 anyway, right?
Yeah.
Lara's flipped as well by a Gwyn. She's now holding a Killed in Battle awards and a Portal Stone. Might want to fire that one off next turn.
Would you... I say, yeah. Jessica will have the first chance at Lara's if she wants to take her at Ebudar. Although...
Yes. Unless it Gwyn Portal Stones to Kyrian, which is what I'd do. Enter a second Enter the Ways and an Arrows of Fire added to Jessica's grip on the Nynaeve there. Definitely going to be happy about that. Perrin, after refreshing at Bellon, has a much better hand. Now going to mount up a Learn from the Best in a Borderlands training. That'll go with the Art of Hawkwing that he just recruited.
Nice.
Hey, what's up, Beth? I'm guessing that means that the game just finished. We'll have a wild Robin joining us shortly, I'm sure. And there you go. The viewers have just shot up. Everyone's finished from the game. Welcome in, guys. We had an Enter the Ways start for Nynaeve, and she's currently sat with another one and an Arrows of Fire in hand. Just got to Ebudar. Might be about to buy a Laris. Looks like Zek did not go through the portal stone, so shield wards killed in battle in his hand. Great hand for Anth on the pairing here, Mount Upland from the best in the Borderlands training, and Santa has a new recruits flanking Old Trees and a find ally, so not a bad hand either for the Ram, to be honest.
Jessica wanted
action.
Oh, that's why she didn't take Polaris. She wanted the skill.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. She flips an ally, Andre. Yeah. Hey Libra, welcome in. Hope this view's a bit more pleasant for you. Doesn't cover anything in tabletop, so you should be able to see everything. Hopefully it's not too small, having it being only part of the window. Coin Dingy by Wild Winds recruited for Rand. Fairly slow start on all sides aside from maybe Jessica's here. Eavesdrop on the next turn will get her an extra channeling level, but still be a couple away from the tier 2 that she so desperately wants to attain.
Aaron could mount up almost to go through the trawls with the Borderlands training to Lugard if he wanted to. But it would be a slow way back around.
Isn't that the level for the Borderlands training?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to watch a third Age game on my phone. Just get yourself an iPad.
I've done it before, once or twice.
I watch games on the iPad, but like, yeah. I couldn't watch much on my phone, I don't think. Especially something as complex as this, and that mount up is coming out. Not going to be able to take him through Trollocs, but we'll take him to Camelin and it'll reveal an Olva.
Oh, take Oliver, take him, because Aaron is most likely to have the levels for
yeah, but
Born of Blair.
Rand playing a new recruits. Weird take.
I would have taken the Oliver. Like, him saving the coin, I know, to pay for the military so he can play the board and disgusting.
And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our first of the game. I was going to say yeah, but I'm not sure if it is the first of the year. So, that eavesdrop is coming out. Yeah. Picked up a shield as well, and a compelling argument on the last turn. Don't know if this eavesdrop's going on just yet.
Green, but let's
Yep. We'll get to peek at a shield there. And
what did you get from the draw?
Was a loose badger.
Okay. Use that paid for another skill at Edwidar if you really want to.
Yeah. Or just recruit some coin and deprive the other players. It's not bad in a game with 3 opponents. I've got a new sound effect on my board today, so I regret to announce that I had to retire a sound from the board. So I picked one that doesn't get used very often. I couldn't get rid of Steppin' though, so I got rid of the bubbles for the Bubbles of Evil.
Rekar.
Yeah, so ripped the bubbles, everyone. But when there's a good opportunity, I will certainly be whipping out this new sound effect.
No, he didn't take his troop from Camelin. Otherwise, he would have had 4 troops. He's taking it now.
No.
I only grabbed 2 last turn. You made a mistake.
Did he?
Okay. I saw 3. I didn't see him make the grab. But even still, if he only picked 2 up from the card, how does that? Oh, he's winning the fight anyway. It's flanking. And that's coming. Okay, so he's okay then. Playing the fun.
Guys, there's a good reason we don't have bubbles. And you know what? I could actually use the new sound effect for bubbles, because it would constitute it. It's the best sound effect. Enter the Way's coming out for Night Eve. It's going to take her to tab 1. Might be buying a channel on level there. Hashtag bring back bubbles when you haven't heard the new one. I can't play it for nothing though. You gotta wait. It's all the suspense I'm building. It's gonna make it even bigger.
Oh, it's a new sound, but it's still for the Bubble of Evil?
No, it's for lots of things. It's okay. For... It could go in basically any moment where the siren could go, but I didn't want to replace the siren because I feel like it's kind of iconic at this point. You may be an angry mob judging me, everyone, but it's going to be worth it.
Perrin got the Enter the Ways from Hadmer.
Yep.
Ready for question number 2?
Yeah, it might be a bit early. We're only 18 minutes in.
This one isn't a serious one. I'll save the serious one for later.
Okay. Yeah, you missed one, Robin. For the people who've just joined us, I'll recap the last one briefly. It was, what do I want to see from League this year? And I said I want to see...
And why is it Jessica winning?
Oh yeah. Why is Jessica winning? That was the troll part. But the thing I said I wanted to see this year was a new great captain, a returning great captain, and some storylines developing. Alright, Bob, what you got for me on the second question?
Alright, this comes from your most loyal listener of the show, at Light Blinded Tool. Do you have a target range of the number of trolls per stream, or is it based upon how many players in the game?
Of, like, me trolling the players? Is that what he means?
I believe so.
I mean, it varies depending on the player. Like, I'd say if you're new to League, you're not going to get more than, like, 4 trolls in your first game, you know? That more than 4 would just be excessive. But, like, if you're a Santa happy, then you're probably making 100 trolls in, like, the first 5 minutes of the game, you know? Because you're just that bad of a player, so... It really depends who you are, you know? Robin's less of a trollable one and more of, like, a cringe headshake eye roll one, so, you know, there's that. Different methods of tackling different people when it comes to commentating over these shockingly bad players.
Interesting choice from Zek to take Kovril.
Yeah.
Must be saving up for the greater good later on in game.
You can't ask me a question like that, expect me to ramble like that, and then expect me to also pay attention to what's happening in the game.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay. You were just ignoring everything I said then, right?
Well, I didn't know how seriously you were going to treat the questions.
I treat all questions seriously, and that's what makes them funny.
I thought it was a troll question getting a troll response or something.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly you weren't listening if you don't know if my response was troll.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the game. I was watching this.
Mount Up from Santa Happy is pretty troll, taking himself through farm adding for no reason on the way to tier. And yes, Gwen picked up Laris earlier on in the game. I remember exactly when. But does make the Tavalon bounce very profitable once she's tier 2.
No, Jasper might be there for a Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an easy one to take.
Yeah, and Zek's no strangers to a go in. So I'm sure he knows the value of having a Jasper and Anne in the party. So dominance the draw. Probably not too fussed about that one. I don't know why he discarded a card.
He hasn't flipped over his tier 1 yet.
Yeah.
I think someone reminded him. There you go. Wanna Jenga pass. Tier 1 weave.
Probably got a bit of call here, right?
Ooh, smooth skirts would have been nice. Lots of military cards out there.
And the well-turned calves went past, so everybody knows that neither of those are present right now. Refresh will get her to tier 2.
Yeah. Put a level on Alejandra. Has she got anything to play?
Compelling argument. She could take Conjunju by Wild Winds. Go one further. Is that, or you could, like, do it into a portal stone, maybe?
Oh yeah, Hawkwind is gone, and Perrin's back to Emmons Field.
Nice.
Santa's making a good start.
Yeah, yeah. On the Perrin as well. Not to be expected from him.
Santa's gone for the mount up again rather than taking the eavesdrop. Has he been peeking?
No, he's trying to help me reach my quota of 100 trolls.
Is he writing that for himself now, or are you writing it?
No, that's him, and he also can't spell. Kyrie.
I think he's thinking of the Peaky Blinders.
USP. Is that what that says?
Oh. Remember to get the favor.
Yeah. USP?
URP?
No, it's like, it stands for unique selling point, right?
He's deleted it, I guess.
Okay.
Elf Grinwell is out. Gonna get Santa happy? Or not, if the honey cakes came out?
I think it did, but...
Take the... Oh, Fane?
And you know what? I think that's gonna be enough to trigger this new sound effect here, because that is...
He's at 11. Got a flanking. And Deppin, get him to 15.
Apparently I messed up and I didn't save the changes to overwrite the bubbles.
He could have just taken
so
the
I just played the bubbles.
Free Elf Grinwell.
Yeah, but he got a Fane instead.
Where's Santa gonna mount up to? Ryan.
It's gonna be a nasty blow. Set Anth back a fair bit.
Yeah, that was... I don't know why he was gone for tier 2s though. I know he's in a village, but I suppose he thought he could get to 15, you know, that's 9 out of 10 fights.
Guys, I wasn't trolling chat. I genuinely did. Like, I thought I'd fixed it, but I hadn't, like, saved the changes to the soundboard. Which in itself... Oh my god, a shield on Else Grinwell?
Big summer blowout.
There you go, guys. There you go. I know you can't hear it, Bob, but...
Is there any way you can play it in our chat?
I put a gif of it in chat about a week ago.
Yeah.
It's
That's
the
probably very
guy
far back in.
from Frozen going, yeah, big summer blowout.
Frozen, that's the snowman thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, discarding the compelling arguments.
Yeah. Promised power and a pilfered plans added to the hand.
Those are fine.
Get rid of sirens? You guys don't like sirens? I thought sirens was like iconic.
Eavesdrop came out. He's gone for a leadership rather than a channel.
I mean, he has an old treatise in hand. And find allies as well, actually. So kind of makes sense.
Okay.
But no, he's already on 4 leadership. No, it makes no sense. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe looking for a compel. That's all I can think of. I'll be back in just 10 seconds.
No worries. Iron coming out. Be free for pairing when he gets the barrel on.
Oh yeah, I could get rid of clapping ice. That's actually a better shout. Let me keep the bubbles.
The level coming on Oliver, not Alejandra. Interesting.
You don't know what Santa is doing? Welcome to my world. I've been trying to figure out for the past fucking year.
And it's a tail. Alright. Where is... I'm gonna send... She'll be tier 2, so... And she's got the promised power, so obviously she doesn't care.
She doesn't
can go
care
wherever.
where she goes.
Yeah. I'm just surprised she put...
Oh, sorry, you good.
The level went on Oliver rather than Alejandra. Because, like, she'll have the skill herself. Probably.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I think you're right to call that out. Alejandra, obviously, like, level 3 leadership's not exactly a big point. It can play a compelling argument. You've already shown that you don't want one of those because you discarded one, so... Like...
More the assist, like...
Yeah.
Assist.
I like leadership 4 for the old treaties to find your tier 2 channeler. But with a Timberland in the row, maybe she's just looking at that.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have affected whether she put it on. Like with the Alejandra assisting now, she can play a cover me for 7 with Timberland.
True. I just, when I think about like what level abilities I want, a lot of the time I'm thinking about the cards I want to play with them. That are like big markers. You know, like I want to get to 6 channeling for a gateway. I want to get to 4 leadership for an all treaties. Or 6 skill for a fight in dirty, right? That's what you're about to say, yeah. So you get what I mean. Like I think of those like stopping points when I'm trying to evaluate how valuable a follower is in a given situation. And I'd say like 4 and 6 are probably good like targets. So like the difference between 6 and 7 to me is very negligible if you're talking about putting a level on Alejandra there. All that being said, there's zero reason to put a level on over. Like the Alejandra is the right play. I just don't think it matters so much that she hasn't in this case. Is my point, basically.
It's not the end of the world. Will she use the pilfer plans now, though, that Egwene is in Falma?
Interesting.
No.
Egwene only has 5 cards in hand.
Oh, doesn't need to. And she gets a challenger, too.
Yeah, Dame of Flynn. Into the discard pile for Nynaeve there. Yeah, Robin already did comment on the misspelling.
And then arrows, yeah, to win. That's nice. And she'll have the resources required in Bandariba next turn for Flynn. Although you did mention that Find Allies is in Santa's hand.
Wait, Bandariban?
Yeah. He's in Falm.
No, that's it going.
Where'd they move her to?
She's in Bellon. She was in Emmonsfield last turn. That was where the Pole Stone went.
Okay. So Santa can maybe find Allies then. Although then...
Does he have 3 and 3? Oh, he does. And he's got the levels. He could play the Find Allies. But yeah, she has a shield, so she wouldn't care at all.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that.
Needs resources at the minute, though. Nynaeve to be able to get there. So it does give it gives Santa plenty of chance to do it if he's feeling that way inclined.
Interesting. Yep, came out. Which she's gonna shield him. Will she wait until she can get to 4 Kings to shield him, or shield him right away?
Well, even in 4 Kings, she's not going to have the resources to recruit. She's only got 1 coin.
I know, but next turn in K1, she'll have 3 coins to be able to get them.
Right,
Would you do it right away? And he can exhaust him to take El Scrinwell back if he gets another turn.
Yeah, maybe you do. Cost of that. But I don't know if she's thinking that deep about it.
Yes, we'll see.
Or just thinking about it as a, a channeler.
Mm.
Five votes in the poll. All of them for Jessica. Storming away with the public confidence.
She has had a really, really good start. The only one who could potentially catch up with her would be Aaron, but he had the unlucky flip with Adam Faye, so that kind of took the wind out of his sails a little bit.
I feel like that was kind of deserved, though.
It was risky.
Like, he had no reason to aggressively honeycakes. There was an Else Grinwell he could have taken.
Yeah.
Like,
take Else first and then honeycake.
If he wasn't looking for a fight at all, why was he just flipping tier 2s like that? That's what I'm saying.
He can always take a free arm, but he's not taking arm.
Wow, still no followers over there, I didn't even realise. Another anti-ways in hand. Flanking, but that's it now for Perrin. Yeah, I still haven't seen if Santa has actually peaked yet.
I did see him do it once. I did see it once. Yeah, and he's tapping Flynn to get the Else Grinwell for free.
Somebody killed Pan Finn, or did he get pushed?
Pushed, I think.
So making use of that Damer there is Santa. Can I gotta give it up for him?
It's the right move, yeah.
Big summer blowout.
We'll just see how long Damer Flynn stays there. How many... Zep didn't need to go to Car. If he had 5 cards, he could have gone to Tom and just got the 6.
Yeah.
Alright. And then now the shield comes out on Flynn.
Mm-hmm. She is still 2 turns away though. Needing to get through 4 Kings first. Scratch. The reveal from the top of the deck, everyone's favourite cat.
Still could have taken a free arm.
Who wants a free arm when you can have a scratch?
Scratch is better, but free follower for a blood knife.
Yeah, but it's no scratch, is it?
No, Scratch will come in handy. I feel like he will use Scratch as triggered reaction at some point. What cards does Perrin have in his hand?
Flanking Enter the Ways.
Yeah. And Alien or Haddenmark for the mount up.
Mount up.
There's a mount up. Like, I think you'd rather that than the guiding the people.
Maybe.
Nothing's for definite. I just rather, like, you know, mount up either to go to formatting or Alien, draw more cards down one level, but I prefer more cards than one level sometimes.
Depends what I draw in Arangil.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to Arangil, then you're probably most likely going to Haddenmark next turn anyway, because you'd rather that than go back to Famous.
Yeah, I'm saying going to Haddenmark's fine, but whether or not I'm taking a mount up over a guiding the people depends on what I draw at Arangil. So he drew a Bond Warder and a Cover the Back Trail. Because you drew the Cover the Back Trail, you're probably getting the mount up. Unless there's a messenger in there.
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, you probably get a mount up.
Yeah, mount up to either formatting or Alien, then cover the back trail next turn. And...
Alien. 2 cards, better than 1. Plus it's close to Lugard if you draw good cards.
True. I just like doing formatting sometimes. Well, I like doing formatting with the messenger because I like the 2 troops as open up troops. So what's he taking?
Flanking. I'm expecting quite a fast-paced game today, if I'm honest. I feel like all 4 of these players feel like they have something to prove.
Yeah, and they're going to feel the pressure of the 90 star, so I think there won't be any hanging around.
Mm-hmm. So I'm expecting to see lots of attributes shooting up other than maybe for Santa, who is kind of behind now on only 3 channeling.
Zek has been unlucky trying to find a fight to lose his troops.
Where did he even get those?
Maradon and Sachin, maybe Camelin and Karyan.
This warning just keeps getting better and better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got the Flynn, we got tier 390. Go to Arangil, take the arrows, and I'd be tempted to go to Haddenmark and take the learn from the best, and then head back up to Jengai Pass for the tier 3 weaves.
Sorry, yeah, focusing on the game, not just trolling Santa.
No, I had the same thought about Jasper. I was wondering whether he was going to do that.
Yeah, and he should. It's the best play available. Although with those troops, going straight to Ilion isn't like the automatic call. And you kind of want to get to Tavlon and try and bounce there with Laris.
But just do a formatting Ilion. It's less cards, less points. But you will, have a bunch of troops when it comes to fighting then. Not as good, but I feel like
you really want to get rid of like make advantage of the Laris. Otherwise, like, why did you prioritize it so early?
So if he does move, he'd move to Maradon and then just go Maradon to Tarvalon and hope to find an enemy to lose his troops with. There's no concern about flipping. It's gone to Ebudar. Or no, Iliad.
Yep.
Start the discard immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hope he takes tier 2 cards here, but interested to see. Did take tier 2s. Found himself a Deep Waters and a Turncloaks.
You'd probably wait to see if someone else flipped an enemy that you could lose to, and then maybe go to Ebudar and lose.
I still just want to get to Tarvalon.
That's 4 turns away. Yeah. If you wanted to go to Tarvalon, just go to Maradon. There's no great option since he hasn't lost his troops yet.
Mm.
On a difficult play.
Wait, Skeeto, we're meant to be paying attention to the game? I don't feel like I've been doing that once this stream.
I think they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I know. I'm only trolling.
Oh, we missed the Karenni coming out for and
yeah, and a Fog for 9 Eve, and a Spine Bottle as well.
I was doing straight tier 3 cards at Arangel.
I guess she did. So those work from Jangai Pass that I missed at least.
It must have been Arangel. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, because she was on her way out of Evans Field still. Not long ago. So probably just making her way up to Jangai Pass still. So, kind of good draws, in a way, because gets a Spine Portal and a Fog out of the deck. Less chance of getting those at Jangai Pass. It's kind of ideal.
Yeah. He does need to get that Arrows of Fire back. That's it from the discard, though.
Yeah, maybe one of those draws could have been that. I wouldn't have hated that. But there's no real rush, like...
Yeah. Because Zach is doing...
Guard?
Yeah, because he gets a draw card, then at least...
You lose a fight here, though, you can't get back, right?
Well, take a small enough one, you should be able to. Can't afford her.
No, Reen Half-Or will hit the Taverner. Looks like Jessica's gonna throw out a Promise Power. Cut Weaves in her hand as well at some point got added.
White Bridge, maybe?
Possibly, yeah. Cover the back trail coming out for Ants now.
Ants is doing a decent job of getting his levels up.
Yeah, he's certainly working on them, just 3 levels away from 18. Draws at Arangil, not too kind in that regard though. Eelfin and a Blood Knife Ring. Obviously the Blood Knife Ring's nice, but no more attribute levels for grabs in that regard.
Eelfin, not an Eelfin, right? The discard one?
The discard one, yeah. Looks like Santa just missed another peek there. Love to see it. He'll flip a Basil Gill.
Is he taking him?
Looks like he is going to decide to take the Innkeeper.
Next time he goes to Jangai Pass, he'll be getting tier 2.
Yeah, I think that's where he's heading.
Yeah, kind of have to. No point going ahead and Merc for the eavesdrop. Just keep trying Jenga pass for an Embrace the Source. You get awards again, you can play that with Granny, or if you get a Bond Quarter, you can use that to discard Puzzle Deal at some stage.
Oh, Twisted Redstone Door for him added to a Gwen's grip. It's going to be nice for her. Be interested to see what Zek does go for when that one eventually comes out. Be a while
I would have
probably, but
still gone for the tier 1 cards because you kind of want to be able to play like a messenger awards or something.
Well, he's got awards.
Oh, he's got one.
Yeah. I think he was just trying to get the level from the discard there to play it, maybe.
No, he leveled up his Days tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, because he
maybe he already played awards. Did he just play one and then just...
No, that word has been there for a while.
Not sure. Either way, 19's going to pick up a Reinhardt for added layer of protection to her team from Smooth Skirts or Well-Turned Carbs.
Or a Mashadar.
Yeah, well, yeah. Aelfin, there's a bunch of options. Dream Spike.
What is Ant going to do next?
Technically a Mask of Mirrors Blood Knife Ring. Ant is going to go to Haddon Merc. Don't know if there's a practice in the forms in there, but I kind of wouldn't hate that. Mount up also not bad, just to get you a bit closer to Lugard. Does have a flanking still in hand, so you can find a good way to use that. That will be an extra level, but still be 2 away and nothing else in hand that can give him extra levels. So I feel like, yeah. Going for
the practice forms,
yeah. Unless you were planning to like buy a military level at tier, which is the other option, and then mount up from there to Lugard. But yeah, I don't hate it this way.
So he's not going to Jenga. He took a peek instead.
Into the Wiz was the draw. Bran Alvier is the flip. That will be a free Rikuru with the discount from Basil Gill.
Oh no, he's paying from.
Big summer blowout.
Never mind.
Yeah, he paid from. Start Dominance being played on Granny.
Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
That's right, everyone. I'm going to use the sound effect as much as possible. Every opportunity where it's even slightly relevant.
Oh,
and that is certainly one.
Big summer blowout.
That is certainly a big summer blowout.
She needs more, though, still.
I mean, Arrows of Fire plus Blossoms is enough.
It's enough for, most. But,
She has a Fog.
You'd still chance it?
Yeah, she has a Fog.
I suppose, yeah.
Like, you have to get the arrows first, and by the time you've got the arrows, you've probably built up a troop or something. Like... Yeah. Ilfin coming out. Don't hate that at all.
Yeah.
Pretty bad hand, so... Keeps practices the forms, Blood Knife Ring, and a flanking. Plus gets 6 points for the pleasure. Enter the Wave coming out from Rand now. Going home to Emmons Field. Gonna have to sacrifice one of his followers. Looks like he's getting rid of Bran Alvier. Does have the old blood in hand, so that's where this is going.
Oh, okay.
But doesn't have a way to get out of Emmons Field again, so...
That's a long walk back to Jenga Pass now.
Perhaps thinking that he needs some more time to just find channelers and he doesn't want to hit tier 2 too early and have to worry about managing his hand.
Maybe, but you're racing against the 9 clock at this stage.
I also don't think there's been an embrace in the game, so...
No. There's been he could have taken an eavesdrop from Admiral. Instead, he took a mount up twice.
Mashadar drawn by a Gwyn. Can't imagine that one being too relevant this game. Not the best card for a Gwyn to play in the first place. Plus, that Arena half 4, as we just mentioned, can take care of it if it does come out. What a conversation also in Rand's hand, though. Doesn't have access to play it currently himself. Does have the Elsgrin World that can take care of that problem for him. Bran Alvear recruited by Jessica from the discard pile using healing herbs in Camelin. I think that's just a way to not have to flip anything annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, save your troops.
Yeah. Making sure to maximize all the resources she can here. Try and push the lead while she has it and keep applying pressure. So the only person who's relatively close to being threatening at the minute is Anth over there on the Perrin with a decent stack of troops built up, and he just drew a cover me and a 2 arms in Ilion.
That's a nice rebound. That'll go with the practicing the form, so he can flip it tier 2 Lugard if you want.
Yeah, very safely.
And you know that Padam Fane is no longer there, so player won't be a problem. The only thing might be a golem, but you should still be able to handle that with the flanking.
Yeah, he'd be on 13 plus flanking.
Yeah, that'll do the...
I think that beats it.
Yeah, it's 15 for the golem. And it's only like more if you're channeling, which Perrin isn't.
Old Blood did come out for Rand there, of course. Up in his channel and level, as well as the other 2 attributes as a nice bonus. Does still have that old treatise he's been hanging on to for a while, so I might be saving that one for the final burst at tier 3.
Yeah.
Riverboat and a gateway found by Zek there.
You riverboat up to Tarvalon.
Oh, he discarded it, so... Get into the channel and level. And Nynaeve is going to Arangel now. We'll see if she remembers to use the tier 3 for the Arrows of Fire.
He did get a pretty decent...
I think she just... No, she picked 2 up. Got an Aelfin and a search party. Nothing currently pressing to do with the Aelfin. Though if she used it on a Gwaine, it would actually work out really well, because she'd get a Twisted Redstone Door for him for the pleasure. But Jessica, without that information, has very little reason to make that call, I'd say.
You do figure that that Green has the best cards since she's been drawing.
Sure, but personally, I'm probably saving that till somebody finds something good at Jangai Pass. That's like my Aelfin strategy, personally, is just like...
Oh, yeah.
You know, someone flips the Blossoms at Jangai, cool, I'll have that, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She was the one who played the Arrows of Fire, so she should know it's still in the discount.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Maybe just planning to pick it up at Adam Merc and save the tier 3 for a recharge. I don't know. We'll find out shortly, I'm sure.
There's no problem burning the cooldown for the tier 3 right now, because she's not going to be taking a fight.
Well, if she picks up at Adam Merc, she could take a fight in tier quite easily and then recharge in Ilion the next turn. Because, you know, you want to pick the Blossoms up straight away, so...
Yeah, she could do that in Adam Merc, though, but still...
Right, but then she can get the arrows back as well.
Yeah. Zek finally finds someone to lose to.
And that Aelfin is coming out. We'll see who she targets with it. Curses are moving towards Zek.
Yep, still hand.
Oh, that's going to be a nice one for her.
Yeah.
Gotta imagine she does go for the door for him. Maybe the Mashadar, but I don't know about that. I think you go for the door for him, right? There's a Dream Spike there as well and a Gateway. But
Friend.
door for him, though.
The door for him. It's another Blossoms or Deathgate. Like, that is, like, you know, to have that in the cycle of anything you can bring out, refresh, or to bring out for any time you go for another fight. Oh yeah, she will be crushing this game if she takes that. Is she taking it?
It looks like it, yeah. Yep, that is the door for him. So, big swing for Jessica there. Just needs to find a way to Jangai Pass now.
Yeah.
And we'll have the flip from Jangai Pass as well. So, you know, if you find a... I don't know, Void off that, or if you find a Death Gate off that, you can grab a Void with the door for him, or... Just... Yeah. It's in a real good position right now.
Yeah.
Anth not far behind though. Going to use 2 arms going through the Trollocs by the looks of it.
Interesting.
Kind of would have preferred the flank in there, but I guess he's not thinking about flipping a tier 2 this turn. Maybe wanting to recruit somebody that's already available. Collivier, not a terrible choice. Picks up a charge from the action card.
Okay.
That'll certainly be helpful when he starts to look for a fight, along with the Blood Knife Ring, the flanking, and the Cover Me that he already had.
Yeah, but now you don't want to take a fight, you want to save it.
Yeah.
Save your troops.
Unfortunately, he's going to find a fight anyway. That Murdral will take 3 troops off the total for Anth, but also add 3 points to his total and 3 coins to his pockets.
Yeah. I can never, like, countenance, like, playing at 2 arms just for a Trolloc.
Yeah, that is a waste. In other news, Santa picked up an Embracing the Source from a redraw at Bellon. So that's a nice little bonus for him. We'll get him up to 4 channeling.
Unless that Cut Weave comes out.
Yeah, it could, yeah. Expert Flourish just added to the grip as well.
Oh, the Cut Weave's on the wards.
And that will cancel a turn, essentially. So yeah.
Yeah.
Card for a card, but Jessica walks out of it with a fresh turn, and Zek walks out of it with his dick in his hand.
Yeah, she's really, really been attacking Zek this game.
He's a threat.
Oh, he is.
Zek's a real good player.
Mm-hmm.
All of the players here at this table today, you know.
Well, does she have a Cover Me?
People that have had... Oh, yeah. No. She has a Search Party. Yeah. And has Cover Me. But I think there's one in the... There might be one in the discard pile? No.
At least she knows now that if she does draw, you know, a tier 3 leadership, she can play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like between Bran assisting Hawkwind. Might end up being, you know, you play a Find the Answers or Heavier Than a Mountain, anything really.
Ran peeking at tier 2. Didn't get a chance to see what that was there. Doesn't have access to the tier 2 deck yet. Gonna flip over a Barrowin. And doesn't quite have the favour. That is certainly unfortunate for him.
I don't think anyone's going to be. I don't think anyone's going to be too pushed about recruiting Barrowin, so he might survive until he gets to Camelin. Zek has finally made his way down to 1 troop from 6. Now he can do the bounce. Here is the power level now to catch up. Let's see what Jeff's going to be getting in Jenga Pod. Waiting on the discard. There we go. Jenga Pod. Here we patented 90 units.
Well, it looks like we're flipping over at Django Pass here.
Yeah, it's a Nynaeve weave. They need your help.
Form
circle.
circle.
It's probably the third best choice of what
Big
you
Summer
can get.
blowout.
Maybe. I'm not going to complain, but
You keep talking over the new sound clip, Bob.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. Blood Knife Ring added to a Gwen's hand gives me another opportunity to play it anyway.
Woohoo! Big Summer blowout.
Missed that one while I was away at the bathroom. But...
What do you think she'd take with the
Door for him?
the door frame? Would you be tempted to take the? Well, I suppose Fane's in the discard pile, so if you take the dagger, Perrin can just jump to Tarwin's Gap and defeat him to take it off you. So
Yeah, I'm not going dagger.
Deathgate probably, or the Void.
Yeah, it's a toss up between Deathgate and Void.
Oh,
And actually
We
be the
got
first to flip a tier 3 here.
where is he in? Oh, Falmer.
Yeah.
Okay. He is.
I mean, he's got
He is
a
going
very
for it.
strong hand, so...
Yeah.
And the Rishma means that if he should happen to get any weaves into that hand,
Yeah.
he'll
No
be able
concerns.
to get rid of them from 90 for the rest of the game. Maybe jump to Had and Merc, pick up that Arrows of Fire if it's still hanging around.
Fireman. He still hasn't played the Embrace yet.
No.
What do you reckon he'd take from the discard pile? Has to be a channeling, right?
Bond Water.
Police, maybe? Bond Water? Oh, yeah, he can level up himself.
100% Bond Water.
Bond Water, coin, Dubin
Because you've got the Embrace to get to it.
Yeah.
He's looking in the regular discard pile, not the weaves.
So before the big tier 3 fights start, you ready for your next question?
Oh, go on then. Oh shit! Hang on. Let me just get a new poll going before we do that.
Okay.
Because this is definitely the mid game now.
Al and John are coming out. Probably, yeah. Getting back at 90 for all the stuff he's done to say.
That door for him is coming out now.
Let's see what she goes for.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to take Find all the answers, play it with Hawkwing and Bran. I know it's more of a risk.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd still,
risky.
still go with it. Still go with the Deathgate. Yeah.
Gone for inverted weaves.
Interesting.
That's one way of
Not bad.
putting it.
Extra insurance. Yeah. Can guarantee your blossoms or your form circle.
Sure, but
It's not the best. It's not the worst.
I feel like the
Kind of-
Void is better.
Yeah.
And Deathgate is better.
You know how Jessica likes to play though. She likes to have that certainty, that knowledge that
Okay,
she
but
can't.
isn't certainty like if you're playing an extra card anyway, then wouldn't you just rather have another card that does things?
Yeah. Double blossoms, yeah.
Well, yeah. Or
What
death
did
gear or whatever.
Santa take from the discard pile? From beating Wiremon?
He took a find allies. He
Oh.
still does have that old trees as well.
Rennie and then...
He is still only tier 1 though. 2 Rivers Longbow, the draw there. And still looking for a fight by the looks of things. Didn't find one last turn, recruited a Ludra instead. Probably wants to make sure he's in a village to make the most of his tier 2 ability.
Oh, we got a kidnapping for Reinhardt for.
That will take Zek up an extra days to my level in the process.
I wonder what he might consider at some point playing the Mashadar. You know?
He has a Blood Knife, a Dream Spike, a Gateway, and a Turncloaks. I don't feel like that's a hand that way you want to Mashadar. But Nynaeve does have a nuts hand right now, so... Maybe.
Okay, let's see if Nynaeve flips. We'll wait after Nynaeve and Perrin's turns before we.
Oh yeah, they're both
press.
flipping. That might give me just about enough time to roll a smoke as well. And here the first one is Cerealia. Does have a discard though. Will elect to use it. Cerealia goes to the discard pile, and Asmodean is the flip.
Nice easy one. So you'll still have to play. You'd play the Blossoms rather than the Form Circle. Inverted Weaves to Blossoms and go back to Arangil and take them both back.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to waste the Form Circle on it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to waste a Blossoms of Fire on it, but...
Well...
Didn't pick up the arrows, so...
Yeah.
Not
the
much
arrows
choice.
wouldn't have been enough anyway.
No, it wouldn't have been enough. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't look at that.
Go to Arangil, get those two back, then go to Hadmerk for the arrows.
She does have a learn from the best in hand as well, but only 3 skill at a minute, so... I'm going to be learning much with that, though. Will be up to 4 skill now with the Asmodean.
So get the Blood Knife when Perrin plays it. And she's pretty sure that...
Yeah, the Blood Knife, yeah, that's good.
Perrin is more than likely going to go to Falmer. He'd be the only one who might have a Forgotten Tomes, but he's more than likely going to go for a fight himself, you know?
Jessica should have got levels from Asmodean, I think, but I don't want to point it out. I don't think I should point it out.
No.
Because, like, I wouldn't point it out if she missed the resources from a Balthamel, would I? And it's not the same. I feel like I'm being bad there by not pointing that out, but it's probably the right decision, isn't it?
It's not the same as, like, a rotate. It's kind of the same, like, when I had Oliver, and I forgot when someone else played Horn of Lair that I should get it. Like, it went back and someone else took it again. Like, if you didn't tell me that, then you don't tell her that either.
Yeah, and if we're not telling Santa about Basil Gill discount, then... Which we're not.
Alright, is Perrin going for a fight?
I do hope so.
What's he doing?
No reason not to move to farm and look for a fight, right? He did just say he'd be right back a minute ago, so he must have run to the bathroom or something. Oh, might be a good time for another question then.
Question. Okay. Question from a long-time listener, first-time caller at Icicle3030. How many players would you like to see in the league at the end of the year? What is your ideal league size, basically, I think?
My ideal league size?
Can't be too big, because we got to fit, like, X amount of games in, you know.
Well, yeah, the thing is, if it gets so big, then we're at a point where, like, I'm not actually streaming every game because I couldn't.
Yeah.
I just streamed the ones that I could. And at that point, like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if there was another, if there was a goal to cross, because we've broken 16, and I think that was a bit of a goal. We're on 18 now. I think it'd be nice, well, I don't know if it'd be nice, it won't be for my schedule, but it'd be fun to hit 32, because I feel like that's
wow.
I feel like if there's gonna be a goal, that's the next goal. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think 25 is a goal. Just
I
in
would have said
terms
like
of
24. I would have said 24.
maybe 24. Yeah, but that's... Am I only expecting 6 people to join up this year? 9 people joined up last year. Like...
I'm thinking more in terms of what would be the ideal size. Like, given with 24, you've got...
But I don't know if that's what the question is.
Okay. It's what would you like to see? That's the question. What would
I
you like
to see?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm happy with what we have. I'm happy with as many players as want to play my game, because the fact that there's 2 of you is, you know, it's brilliant. It's endlessly fulfilling for me. So, like, how could I ask for more than what I already have?
Okay.
That's my answer to that question.
That answers the question.
Yeah. And it looks like we missed a bit of the action here, but no fight
there
found.
Yeah, it was barely. And I was going to stop you if it was a Forsaken.
Good.
I was keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
I figure we might do a question for every Forsaken that comes out in the aftermath, maybe.
If there's enough.
Yeah, well, we have 4 players, there'll be 5 Forsaken. Like, we have...
No, if there's
2,
enough
3...
questions.
Okay. Actually, I haven't even added... I do have one question. Of course, this is like a separate thing. Because Robin can... He has to fight to reclaim his, you know, champion of the light thing. Like, he doesn't get, like, a year off where he can't get it, or, like, so there'll be a new champion every year, or he has a chance to, like, you know, win again.
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand the question.
So Robin being the champion of the light, right?
Yes. Yep.
He does get to fight to reclaim his title if he, you know, makes an invitational again.
Yeah.
It's not like a thing where, you know, there has to be a new winner every year.
No, in fact, I considered giving him bonus honor points this year.
Okay.
I thought about
like an
giving
automatic invitation.
Not an automatic invitation, because that would... Because we've already got a plan for 5 players to be invited, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the other ways to qualify throughout the year. But I thought, like, I've considered giving him, like, a 10-point bonus to his end-of-year honor. For the...
To make it more likely that he would get in.
Yeah, so if he doesn't get
roll.
in via another way, then he will get in via honor. Yeah. But I'm sure Robin will be competing for a great captain title again. As I'm sure you will. So, we'll cross that bridge if and when we have to come to it. Catching back up with the action here, though. Nynaeve did pick the Blossoms of Fire and the Inverted Weeds back up, so she's fully recharged, ready for another fight. Egwene still got the Blood Knife Ring and a Gateway, along with a Battle Bond that she didn't currently have access to, and a Horn of Valir that she doesn't currently have access to. That Mashadar still hanging out as well for her. Alltreat is still hanging out for Rand, as well as the Warded Conversation Expert Flourish and Turuva's Longbow that he's been holding on to, and Perrin is sat with a flanking, a Blood Knife Ring, a Cover Me, a Charge, a Rally, and an unidentified object of power, as well as a healthy stack of troops.
So Rand just needs to get the Jenga pass back to card and then play the old treaties for Elida.
4, 6, 11. Yeah. Or Lyanna. Cheaper. Wait, is she? It might be the
They're
same.
about the same. They're roughly
Yeah,
the same.
I think they're the same.
They're like 3 favorites. Megan will do it too, but she's full.
Looks like a gateway's coming out from Zek here.
Yes.
Oh, is that an accidental discard? It's actually
Yeah,
holding
it's
2 gateways now. And 2 Balbons.
Jessica's going straight to Camelin. Not bothering with the arrows of fire. Going straight fight.
I'm fairly sure that she has completely blocked the arrows of fire out of her memory.
Yeah.
Because, like... yeah. Gareth Bryn the flip, though. Gonna hit the discard pile. She'll try again, and... Ozengar will be the flip.
Lucky it's not random.
Yeah.
Her choice.
Her choice is going to be just fine. That'll be a search party and a new squad, most likely. Spot on there. She's currently on 7 combat strength. Blossoms will take him down to 12. Form circle.
The form circle as well.
Mm-hmm. And still got the inverted weaves as well to use on either one of those, though I don't think there is any cancels currently hanging out for anyone else.
He'll still do it just to be sure. But she
Which
is.
one is the question? I mean, do you need the blossoms actually?
You
Form circle, you've got 15, and then you'd be just under, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Getting down to
This is
8.
where the arrows would have been a handy tool to have in the hand. You know? Don't have to spend both of them then, you can just like...
She'll have to get it back now. She'll have to get the arrows.
Well, yeah, the blossoms alone is not going to be enough to do anything unless you can build the troops back up, and that should take some time. Jessica, though, is storming away with the lead with 2 Forsaken already done, and other than that, it's not looking like anyone else is about to challenge her.
17 points for 1 troop, like, you're not going to say no to that.
Now, Anth's Wolf Dream, I believe, is about to come up, right? Don't think
No, he was dream spiked. He was dream spiked last turn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I was gonna say that, like, he could jump to pick up the blossoms, and try and get a level on Jar somehow, maybe. But, yeah, that Dream Spike, obviously, shut that down before it even had a chance of happening.
Can you pay 3 favor a Tarvalon to put a channeling level on Nourishment?
No.
Only for the player boards?
Yeah, people have asked me that before. I might change it. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't be able to do that. It's just not how it's currently written.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it.
Jessica can get to Haddon Merc a turn after Zek. If I'm Zek, you're going to farm adding, you're going to Haddon Merc, take the blossoms before she gets there, because her tier 3 is tapped.
She has a spine portal.
Oh, but that's just another turn. That doesn't get her a move and a turn.
So she rotates, then she spine portals, then she rotates, then a tier 3's up. She moves to Argo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now...
Galena being beat up by Anth.
Bunch of troops, though.
Yeah, no way to capitalise off it either. Kind of makes you wish you still had that 2 arms in hand. Spine portal will get
discarded?
Oh, I forgot. I changed Galena.
Oh, she chose the spine portal? Oh. That's one of the new ones you did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there were a few tier 2s that didn't have text boxes, and I thought, it's weird that these are the only enemies that don't have text other than, you know, like their Butcher's Bill. So... She
didn't realise, though, about the turning of her tier 3. What's her other cards? Learn from the best and Fog, is it?
Yeah, spot on.
Got rid of the fog. Gateway to Hadmer, take the blossoms, yeah.
Okay. So that's not bad for Zek, and it's going to slow down Nynaeve. Still is 3 Forsaken left in this game.
Yeah. And you can do an Arangil bounce if you really want to.
Yeah, it's not a terrible option.
Although you'd want to get another channeling to Gateway then to Jenga Pass to hit tier 3, and just go straight into fights. Don't worry about leveling up your leadership.
I don't think Zek needs to go to Jangai. I think he just needs more channeling levels to play the Blossom, because he's got a Blood Knife along with it. So
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, go to a Gateway to Jenga Pass, and then
so does Jessica now. She just drew a supply raid and a Blood Knife ring. Sorry, Arangil. So that's going to help her recharge a bit faster. Cold Lightning added to Ant's Hand. Might get played with the Narishma, but will lose the Narishma for the pleasure of playing it.
I'll take that to win a fight.
Yeah, you have to think he's going to take that, right? Because getting rid of the Cold Lightning as well, permanently with Narishma, that just feels worth to me.
Yeah.
Unless you draw Death Gate, like, what more are you hoping for?
Oh, he didn't go for a... He didn't go for a leadership or...
What he's going for?
Military, maybe? Must be military then.
Killed in battle.
Hmm.
Gateway coming straight out from Zek. He is on 8 channeling. Gonna go to Tavalon, as you said.
Yeah.
Buy a level there, because got shit tons of favour. Plus, Lara should get him one back there. I don't know if he'll remember that trigger. Does hit the tier 3, but still can't play the Blossoms yet, so I don't know if he's ready to be flipping straight away. Draws a Persecution. Not what he was looking for. Don't want to see a flip here on the tier 3 if I'm Zek. Don't have access to that Blossoms yet. So you are going to need another turn into Avalon to buy a level.
Getting a tier 1 or tier 2?
I think you probably want to recruit that.
Yeah, you've got Lara with Kariana.
Yeah. Double Battleborn in hand, not quite high enough level, but yeah, got Lara, so it's a +2 bonus in combat. Plus military 5 if you do draw anything that he happens to be able to play.
Mm-hmm. We didn't do a question after Ozengar, did we?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so next question. Again from @Icicle3030. Really,
Call him by
really,
his proper name, Ice to Barber.
Ice to Barber.
Yeah.
But the barber of whatever street he lives on. He asks, can I try and convince Nerdy Nightly to play Third Age when they finish series?
How does he try?
No, can he try?
Can he try? Gladly. I love
There
those
you go.
guys. Yeah. I will
There
be trying myself. I've mentioned it before in their streams.
There you go, Icicle. Full steam ahead.
I've genuinely sat and considered if there was a way that I could tailor like remove cards that would be spoilery so that they could play it, because I think it's definitely something that they'd enjoy. They're both gamers, they both like D&D, and they both love Wheel of Time, obviously. So yeah, I'm 100% would love to get Nerdy Nightly to play. Can you imagine if they joined League?
What is Ant gonna do? Traveling to Four Kings. He's got 17 base.
Imagine if all Nerdy Nightly's fan base came to us because they started streaming games of Third Age.
That would be a lot.
It would be a lot.
How close is Santa getting to tier 3?
Not.
One more turn.
I don't know. He's got an old tree, so yeah, one more turn, right? Yeah, he's got the resources, as long as no one cancels it. Don't think anyone has the capability to.
No careful prep in a Queen's hand.
No careful prep. No cancels for anybody hanging out, so you will get that tier 3 next turn. Samael is currently on top of the tier 3 deck, and he did just peek at it.
That's going to Egwene.
I mean,
No, Ant will get it, yeah. Because Jessica will go either to Jenga Pass or Arangil. And Zek.
he still doesn't have the channeling.
Oh, he's taking inside. Does he have any skill cards?
Yeah, he has the Horn of Valir, so that makes sense. I'm not
Okay.
going to look in the discard pile right now, because I think that might signal a bit too strongly, given the fact that he just recruited a skill follower.
Yeah.
But I'll check in a minute when it's less circumspect. How many cards are in there?
Just hover over
Yeah,
it. Don't search
quick
it.
hover shows 19 cards, but some number of those are going to be
Yeah, you'd say
enemies.
at least 9 of them are probably enemies. Oh, Zek is searching
Probably about
himself.
half. And it looks like
Got
he's
a
found
blossom.
them. No, that was Jessica.
Jessica, yeah, I got a blossom straight away in Jenga Pass. He
Yeah.
has to have forgotten the Arrows of Fire is there in the discard.
Woohoo!
He
Big summer
has to have
blowout.
forgotten. You know? I can't see her going this long without.
Do you think she's going to get all 5?
No, I
We've
think
never seen it.
someone will get one of them. Because she only has the Blossoms and a Blood Knight. Do you think that'll be enough for her? It's enough, yeah, to win it. Because she doesn't know that it's Samael. Not the worst one to lose against for Nynaeve.
Yeah, she can win.
Yeah, she can win.
She has a
but will
fog
she-
anyway, so no
Yeah.
reason not to flip. But Ran get it sit. Oh no, Ran can't get it this turn. Anth could get it.
He's old treating. Yeah, Ant.
No, Anth did not get it. Never mind. Went to Whitebridge.
Yeah. I think he didn't want a chance in game one.
Find himself a gateway.
There's no point wasting nourishment for that.
Yeah, I've seen people get all 3 Forsaken in a 2-player game. Or in back when all 3 Forsaken was just the max Forsaken in every game. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anyone get 5 in a 4-player game.
Does
I've
Santa
definitely
have
never seen it happen in League.
Does Santa have any cards to play along with her fighting Samael? Oh, it'll go to Ant then, unless Jessica flips tier 3, because yeah, Zek's going to
He doesn't, but he has 18 plus 4 cards in hand, so he's not far away from it.
He knows.
I didn't see what he
Someone else
got
will
there.
get it
Oh, it
before
was the
him.
Void. For Zek there, the Void.
It's enough to play the Blossoms.
Yes. So he is
Question
now
is-
looking for a fight.
Ant will flip one next turn. Is Jessica going to flip one?
Probably, right? We were just discussing that.
Yep, she is now.
And that will be the Samael that we knew about.
Yeah,
And
he is at.
as we know, there are
And-
no cancels in anyone else's hands, so...
Yeah, Blossom and the Blood Knife Ring will do it.
This one's going to go down without any argument. I'm just going to check the discard power real quick, because it seems like a good moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 at the minute in the discard pile, yeah. So you were spot on with that estimate there, Bob. That 9 were enemies. Blossoms and the Blood Knife do come out. See who uses the Blood Knife ring.
Rain, right?
Probably. I don't know, there's an argument to use Dharma Flynn, because what else is he doing for you now that Form Circle's gone?
I suppose, yeah. Wow.
Quickly approaching the end of this game as Nynaeve is just mopping up Forsaken.
Yeah, and she's gonna go to Angel next turn. She'll be ready for a fight in.
I think everyone's ready, other than maybe Santa, unless it's a small one.
Okay, next question. For multiple, this is the one question that multiple League players submitted.
Hang on, we might just want to hold that thought for a minute, Bob, because Masana got flipped by Anth here. He is losing 2 favour, but he should be able to take this one with no problem. He's in 4 kings, so he's got double combat strength as a base. That puts him on 19 to begin with. I think you want to go... flanking, right?
Yeah.
I would call lightning and get rid of it, but because flanking gets you there, like... One flanking for a Forsaken just feels like good trades, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he probably knows that he's probably playing for 2nd place now at this stage.
And I'm going to have to get a rapid poll in before the quickly approaching end of this game and see if I can peek at the same time. There's a Heslam on top. It's going to be too big for Santo Happy, but somebody else will surely take that one.
Egwene, maybe?
Alright, what's your next question for me, Bob?
Which variant are you most excited for?
Okay, so for those who are unaware, the Lord of Chaos month is the last month of every quarter, and during that we'll be playing it with a variant. The first variant is Traits. It's already available. You can play with it now if you want. Just load up the game and check out the rules that are over here.
Follow the
lead for Rand. That could be interesting. Certainly.
Nice. It'll. The only thing is, it'll be enough to just guarantee like 3rd place. Are you thinking?
The other variants that are planned. Should we just do this post game?
Yeah, I think we're running ahead of time. They're flipping them so quickly, and
we'll do a post-game interview with the players still, because there's plenty of time. But then, and then we'll wrap up with a few questions before closing out the stream. So make sure you stick around for that, everyone. Right now, though, the Void being played by Egwene will draw a whole host of cards into her hand: Glass Columns, Assassinations, Discover Treachery, and Seize and Destroy. So outside of the Discover Treachery for a bit of protection, but she can't even play that.
Does she have enough?
Nothing really. Got the Blossoms and the Blood Knife ring, so plenty to go with.
That should be
and
enough.
the Horn of Valir as well, so...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, more than enough. Plus Iron Will if she wants to use it.
You go Blood Knife rather than the Blossoms. Oh, that's it? Yeah, this is the last Forsaken?
Yeah.
Oh, Santa has to play Follow the Lead. That was
an hour and 35-minute game. Is he going to hit, though? That's the question. I know the answer. Is he going to be smart enough?
You kind of gave it away, like, peeking there. If he doesn't know, he should know by now. He just got the card.
What, the so it should be fresh. Oh, he knows. He knows.
Yeah. The Blood Knife and Horn of Valir. I would have actually done the Blossoms, because at least you keep the follower point.
And the follower lead is coming out right now. He's going to hit. It's a Semirag on top. He can beat it. So we will see 6 Forsaken in this game.
But Zek has to lose his troop. He's done his end of battle thing, hasn't he? From Heslam, moving his points. He's done it. Yeah, he's doing his end of battle thing.
So, ultimate used by Rand puts him on 24. This Semarag is going to go down.
I think.
Nice! First time I've seen follow their lead played in a league game.
Yeah, Zek will have. Ant will be second. Zek will be third. Yeah. Well, actually, Zek could make a comeback with the favor in his hand. Oh well. Oh no, Ant has plenty of coins. It's gonna be close.
Either
Zek
way,
doesn't have to do a discard.
Definitely
really.
be the victor here.
I suppose discard get a level. Yeah.
A very quick game, an hour and 37 minutes into the stream. Basically an hour and a half game.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
You got. Please ask Jessica if she remembered the Arrows of Fire in the post-match interview.
Well, you'll be there with me, won't you?
Yeah, I will be, but that's what I'm curious about. Is it just... Yeah.
Maybe she just felt she didn't need it. Did pick up that Horn of Lear, though, with the Olva, so that'll be an extra point in the last battle for Jessica, not that she needs it.
Yeah. She'll have a nice, tidy, like, end-of-battle score. Like, it'll keep, good average to start the year.
Yeah, oh yeah. Solid game from Jessica. Great performance. Half of the Forsaken were hers.
The only bit of luck she had was Gamer Flynn being flipped. The rest was good gameplay.
The Blossoms as well.
Okay, getting that first turn or twice. Yeah, getting it twice first turn.
Yeah, I mean, the first one came from Ailfin in the door for him, right?
Did it? No, she took the inverted weaves from the door frame.
Yeah. So she just found the Blossoms.
Twice.
Yeah. She's had a bit of luck, but she maximised the luck, and that's the main thing.
They're done.
And we are going to get into a little player interview here. Just before we do, I want to answer a question from chat to make clear to everyone about follow their lead. Would it stop somebody from getting the resources where they're going if someone plays follow their lead and interrupts their turn? No, it doesn't stop them from getting the stuff. It interrupts their turn, but it doesn't cause their turn to end. So after the person's resolved follow their lead, you continue with anything that player does have left to do.
It doesn't work though if they lose to a tier 3 enemy. They have to defeat it.
Yes, because it's meant to be played at the end of the game for spicy moments like this.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump over into the chat with the players now. What a rapid fire game, y'all. Jessica, putting the pressure on. Finally breaking yourself out of the slump that you told me you were in earlier.
Yeah, it was a good naive game. It was a surprise.
It was a stellar game.
She played well.
It was such a good game that you didn't need to pick up Arrows of Fire once.
I kept watching it though because I thought for sure somebody else was going to notice I left it in there.
I knew you did.
You just didn't want that one, or?
I mean, I didn't feel the pressure.
She didn't need it.
That sounds really...
Maximum shade on the rest of the competitors here.
I blame Zach.
I feel like Jessica's doing everything she could to shut down Zach, and he was just like, Stop fucking with me!
No.
What are you doing?
He was fucking with me instead of her, is the issue there.
Well, I wanted to kidnap Reen to use it myself.
Oh, yeah, okay. That came way later.
Well, no, I had kidnapping the whole time. That was my whole plan,
I
was
see.
to discard yours, then get her Reen. But it didn't end very good. So I can get...
Yeah, but then you didn't play it for ages.
Yeah, because I had to level up, and I didn't have...
Oh, I understand. Okay.
I was wondering if you were ever tempted, Zach, to play the Mashadar, considering what hand.
He was.
I was very, very tempted, but
I told him I was going to
that.
cancel that ass.
We all knew that Santa had the warded conversation, which is why I never played my spying portal either, because I was holding a spying portal for a very long time.
Yep.
And then
you discarded it rather than using it to refresh and pick up the Blossoms of Fire before Zach.
Because as far as I knew, Santa still had worded conversation.
That
Would
makes
have cancelled it
sense.
completely.
I never spotted that. God damn, Jessica. You did so well in this game, you outplayed me, and I had full game knowledge. Oh, Santa, you managed to get there eventually as well. It was a bit of a tough game, but that follow their lead was real fun. First time I've seen it in a league game. In fact, I think that might be the first time I've seen somebody successfully find a fight afterwards with it.
I got lucky, obviously, but yeah.
Just didn't realize how to learn to read the peak.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd say I probably peaked a third of my turns this game.
Maybe it's because it was spelled wrong. If it was spelled right, you might have actually remembered to do it.
She fixed it, and then I forgot, so I changed
No, I
it back.
fixed it. I was the pink.
Yeah,
that was me.
Oh, I see. I forgot though still, so I changed it back.
Right. Okay. I apologize. It was my fault all along that you were missing every peak.
Yes, I agree.
And you kind of threw us for a loop picking that Perrin first there.
Yeah, that confused the hell out of me.
Cool. Honestly.
It's just PTSD from last time I went against Santa.
I was gonna say it was Big Dick Energy, but if you want to use a different acronym, you go for PTSD.
We thought you had a pretty good Perrin game.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Unlucky once or twice with the flips.
Yeah, the flips could have been better. The flips could have been more frequent, but they could have been better, for sure. It's just a hard line to ride sometimes when playing Perrin, and I do find that myself. But yeah, that was a great game, guys, and a very quick one. An hour and a half, all things being told. Jessica.
Pretty quick.
Nynaeve does that to games.
Yeah, Nynaeve does do that to games sometimes.
She does. She also got some really good lucky pulls.
I did. Very early.
Double Blossoms, getting the Islefin for the door for him was clutch.
Yeah.
Dame of Flynn, like, pretty soon off the top. Yeah. But she maximized on that. She didn't just...
Oh, 100%. She played very well.
Yeah, the only thing is I guess, instead of picking up the Blossoms and letting me grab it, somehow you said that happened. I don't know. But...
I'm sorry.
I'm just glad that I'm close to second, somewhat, and I wasn't left behind completely.
You do realize you're in last place, right?
I'm aware. Sorry, I meant second to last. In my head, not last is what I was. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You are last.
Words are hard. I'm aware. I'm close to not last, though.
You are as close to last as you could be.
Yeah, but I'm close to not last. No, not last. I am last, yes, but I'm close to not last.
You're close to it in the sense that the only sense in that you're close to it is the sense in which you are not currently at it, because you are last.
Well, yeah, I am last, but I'm close to not last. You don't understand here, James. It's very important to me.
I understand. Santa, you're real bad at this game. That's the only thing that matters.
No.
Santa, why were you picking the mount up rather than the eavesdrop at the beginning of the game, like to get you off that one channel?
I had so
three
much.
times for the mount up.
Pretty much, I wanted as much following as possible for when Nynaeve discarded a follower. I didn't know what level it was. Like if it was like Elida, for instance, then I wanted 8 leadership so that I could find allies on them.
Sure. Interesting. Well, it worked out in the end because it got you that follow their lead, which got you enough points to put you in close to not last.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You see, you understand. It could have been much worse.
Alright, guys.
I could be on the top board still, you know? That would have been real embarrassing.
Me and Bob are gonna jump back into the commentary chat and just do a few more of these Q&A questions that you all sent in. But cheers for a great game, everyone. And
have a good one.
Yeah,
GG,
congratulations again, Jessica, on the win.
Well done.
Getting your camera back up, yeah. Cool. Boom. Boom.
Oh,
let's go. Okay, we were on traits, weren't we?
Yeah. Which variant are you not necessarily
not traits, variants, yeah, variants. So
which variant
am I most excited for? So I was just going to cover what the variants were before I said which one I was most excited for. So the first one is traits, which is out right now and you can play. Everyone picks a trait at the start of the game. They get a discount of followers of that trait, and everyone else has to pay more money for followers of that trait. You can also search a follower of that trait instead of revealing a character. So it does change the way you play a game a lot. It's quite interesting. Tested it a fair bit already. The one after that, I think, is going to be removable Trolloc Fists. Slash the Trolloc Wars, is what I think I'm calling it. So that one's kind of interesting. There'll be little mini Trollocs that you will sit on the Trolloc Fists on the map, and when they get defeated as people move through them, they will get removed from the map, meaning that there are no longer Trollocs on that road. However, there will be some sort of mechanic, I haven't figured it out 100% yet, to respawn Trollocs. It might be tied to players losing combats. It might be tied to just
every
like
time
like a card shuffled into the deck. It might be like a card shuffled into each of the character decks that then, when revealed, spawns Trollocs everywhere and shuffles back in. And I think I'm gonna allow them to stack up as well, so that multiple could be on the same space. So that could be an interesting one for sure. The third, I believe, is attributes, which is a bit uncertain, but right now my idea for it is if everyone chooses a single attribute, and if anyone else wants to play a card of that attribute, they have to give you 2 coins. So that could be fun. And the last one is Giotto, which is the most uncertain, but there will be a Giotto track that you move up and down for certain actions.
I remember that Giotto game we played with Robin. That was bananas.
Yeah, it was. And I don't know if it'll be the full thing with the whole like 3-fold land sideboard and everything. It most likely won't be, but will just be the Giotto track from that experience. But yeah, so there's a few interesting variants planned coming up for you all. If I have to pick the one I'm most excited for, I think it might be the Trolloc Fists. Like, I don't know, just something about that.
Yeah, if they can double up, that would add more.
It'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Jeopardy, yeah. Like, you'll have to really, like, you might not be able to take a fight, you know, if you have to lose more than one troop.
But it changes other dynamics as well, right? Because, like, in the late game, people farm Trollocs. Matt farms Trollocs all the time. He goes for a fist, he gets to toss a card. He probably gets a favour from a Dorian or something. Like, people go through Trollocs consistently to just get points or value from triggers or whatever. And if those Trollocs aren't there, what, Gwyn's been bouncing in Alien? Go kill those Trollocs. Problem solved.
Well, Perrin will kill those Trollocs. He most likely goes through those Alien Trollocs at the beginning anyway.
Yeah.
But it'll make Davram Bashir very popular.
Oh shit, yeah, Davram going off in that. That could be fun. Yeah. See, I think that'd have to be my answer. I'm most excited for the Trollocs. But I'm excited for all the variants. I think they're all going to be a blast to play.
Yeah, if I had to rank them, I would go Trollocs, then traits, then attribute, and probably Giotto, and then the one where you have to pay coins to play cards. That would be my least, probably.
Yeah, that one I'm not like fully locked in on. But I'll figure it out. There's a lot of time to go yet. Do we have other questions, or is
We have one final question.
Oh, yeah, and as you're giving that to us, chat, feel free to let us know which of those you're most excited for. I know High School just said he's excited for turrets himself. It certainly is fun. Feel free to give it a try if you manage to get into a casual game. But yeah, let us know what you're interested in, chat. And go ahead.
So, most of the questions came from High School, if you weren't aware.
Okay.
Hat tip to the gentleman himself. This is more of an open-ended question, which I don't think you're going to be able to give a response to properly because you're open-minded and generous to all your players. He asks, who do you think, or will anyone dethrone Robin as a champion of the light? Obviously, someone will, but I don't think you could really pick someone, really, since you are pretty generous to everyone.
Well, I can tell you it won't be me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not. I'm competing, but not in a competitive level. I'm just doing 1 month a quarter, basically, so I don't take any potential prizes away from anyone, but I still get to have fun with you all and play in the variant months. But, like, plenty of people have the potential to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Bob
I
can
didn't think...
have the potential to if he learns how to play Season Destroy.
Bit
too soon for that one, baby.
No. Who knows what my availability will be like later on the year.
That's
I might
true,
have to take 1 quarter off, potentially.
Yes.
We shall have to see.
So, I mean,
fingers crossed I win the first quarter again like last time. Then I'll be pretty much out for the rest of the year.
Well, then I hope you don't get in, because I want to see you around still, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, plenty of people have the potential, though, right? And that's the thing that we keep sort of reiterating on in this stream, is that we've had so many more players joining. We've got 18 in the first quarter, at least, if more people don't join. And we do have new people joining the server day by day and learning to play the game day by day and coming and chatting to us. So it could grow.
I do feel
further.
The speed of learning of the new players is a lot quicker than it was for us at the beginning. Like myself and Robin, I know we took months to figure out how to play certain characters, certain cards, and they're picking it up a lot quicker in the last 2 months.
I don't mean to like toot my own horn, but I think that could have something to do with the amount of content that's available now. Just because there's so much more resources to learn how to improve your game with all the footage that's available of League games, you know, and the constant streams that you soak up. That and the amount of casual games that get played. New players have really been, you know, people like Skeeter, Beth, Zach, they've been throwing themselves into games and playing. So far, Zach's played the most games this year. Skeeter's a close second. Behind
it used to be just yourself and Robin and myself in casuals for like weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Now it's so much more
diverse.
Varied.
Yeah. Just varied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's great to see it growing. It really is. And some of these players that are coming in fresh, like Zek, who's been around for the fourth quarter of last year was his first quarter, but he got an invite and he had a decent performance in this game, came second. So still nothing to sniff at. Like, people like that could have a chance of causing an upset by the end of the year, because by the end of the year, there's been so much.
By the end of the year,
develop.
though, I wouldn't classify as an upset by the end of the year.
Oh no,
you know?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of, like, if we're asking the question now, to say, like, if for me to say, oh yeah, I think Zek's going to be the world champion of the light, that would be a bit of a bold statement. But, like, I think he has the potential to, if he continues to develop at the pace that it has been. And I think that there's probably other players like him who are in the same position, and that's what's making it even more exciting than last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it amazes me that Nynaeve almost isn't more popular than she is. I feel like Nynaeve is generally like the first character chosen, or should be, that has the tendency to just blow away with games and ends up being the first character chosen most of the time. But
I think she might be worthy of a nerf.
I don't know how you can nerf her, like reducing her combat strength or
hand size.
But again, I don't think a hand size is really the concern for it's just the replayability of the Wii.
It's not a concern, but it does give more tools and just like more freedom. Like getting to keep extra cards in your hand means you have more answers for different situations, which is how I want Nynaeve to play. But I do think she has the most potential to just run away with a game like no one else. You know, no one else can do it like Nynaeve can, other than maybe Rand. But it's a different type of running away with a game, I'd say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been thinking about taking a hand size down, and I've been thinking about putting Perrin's up. The other change I considered making to her was to make her have to get to channeling 7 rather than 6, but I don't know how much that would actually affect things. But,
it'd be a slight slowdown. I think actually that could be an extra turn. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
An extra card.
Maybe.
So you have to find an extra channeling card, I guess.
Yeah.
Or go to Tavalon or whatever. Could be
It would
relevant.
reduce the embrace game, flip a tier 2, tier 3 on turn number 4 possibility.
Yeah, the fact that that's possible is a bit sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Does kind of allow her to shortcut the entire game there. But yeah.
Something for you to think about anyway.
For sure. Do you have any more? Or is that it?
I know. That is all the questions that I received. Mostly Jessica, Icicle, and Robin submitted the questions. So thank you very much to the three of you.
And just, I just saw a question from Icicle in chat. How much policing will I be doing during variants? Are they still considered triggers? Now, I think that would depend on the variant itself. Something, so for traits, for example, and if I switch back over to my tabletop view here, I can reset the game and show you the traits while I talk about it. For the traits, these are considered things that you have to remember, the discount and the extra costs. So if somebody else reveals an Aes Sedai and you have the Aes Sedai trait, you have to say, that costs you 1 extra of each. Otherwise, yeah, it's a mistrigger. And then the bottom part is a activated ability when you choose to activate it. So I think it depends on the variant, but I'm not planning to police it because, like I said, those are things that the players have to remember. So, but it's definitely something that'll be at the forefront of their mind. I know that when I'm playing traits, you don't forget, do you? Because you know what trait you're playing, right? It's not like when you're in a game and you've got followers of different types and you're trying to remember what you've got discounts of. It's just, this is my trait for the whole game, and it's in your head for the whole game. So every time a character of that type comes up, you're just like, oh, that's mine. You have to pay more.
Traits will speed up the game significantly. Like traits with Matt and then with Nynaeve for finding that channeler will speed it up.
Yeah, it speeds up the pace of gameplay, as in like how fast you get things done in game, but it slows down the actual pace of play. Like, you take less turns, but you take the same amount of time to take less turns. If that makes sense. Because of all the searching through decks that people do.
Yeah.
So do you recommend you to be familiar with the trait that you're planning to pick, and maybe have a backup trait in mind when it does come around to that in League.
Highly recommend for those people to choose White Cloak. No matter what, White Cloak's number 1.
I quite like Aiel. That's probably
the one
the
Aiel.
Mean. The Aiel are kind of fucking disgusting. Like,
yeah, well, the Aiel though, the one thing about the Aiel is it takes longer to get the complete combination.
Yes, so that's true. No, yeah, you need to hit the late game, but if you hit the late game, you will slap people.
Yeah.
You'll be doing whatever you want. And the Andorran and Two Rivers have been split up now, so that's an interesting one that I haven't actually had a chance to test with the traits yet. But there's a trait for each of those. I cut the Sean Chan one for Two Rivers. So yeah, traits are going to be fun. I think we're at the end of the Q&A and we're at the end of the show, everyone. So shouts to everyone who stuck around with us. Did you have something you want to say there, Bob?
No, I was just gonna say goodnight and thanks to everyone for watching, listening.
Yeah, make sure all that you spank that like button on your way out for Raji. You know he wants you to. And spank the sub button too, because subs like being spanked.
Vote as well for the best commentator, either into the Discord or in the chat, you know. Let us know where James stands, like, lower on the pecking order, and then those of us who do a little bit of research, you know.
Or you can even tell us in the comments of this video rather than in the Discord, because that will satisfy all the algorithm goddesses and gods, if we're talking in nerdy highly terms, linking back to that one earlier. And don't forget, if you new to Third Age, you can find the Discord link in the description of the video. Come and join us, say hello, chat to us. We'll get you in a game if you're ready to play. Otherwise, we'll tell you how we can slowly bully you into a game. And yeah, that's going to be all from us tonight, folks. We will be back on Saturday at 3 PM GMT. Whatever the hell time that is for you, check out the events page on YouTube and you'll be able to find out. Sunday as well, we have a game at 8 GMT. Until then, Tai'Shar.